There are moments in history when people seem to have lost everything: faith, love, and even the future. But even in the hardest days, there were still tiny sparks that endured. Sparks that did not fade, even when the skies thundered with the sounds of war. This is the story of two children. In a ruined city, they held onto a simple dream: to fly a kite into the sky. In a cramped shelter, surrounded by smoke and shadows, there were two children. Anna, a 9-year-old girl, with messy hair and bright, shining eyes. In her small arms, she clutched a cracked porcelain doll. Beside her was Luca, a 10-year-old boy, thin and fragile. He wore a patched-up sweater, and in his hand, he held a piece of wood, as if it were a sword to protect himself. Anna always dreamed of the blue sky. Luca, quiet, tougher than his years. But deep inside, he trembled like any other child. In a collapsing city, amidst sirens and smoke, they found each other. And together, they shared a dream. There were nights when silence fell outside, and Anna would rest her head against the cold wall, closing her eyes. In her mind, images returned. Her mother, standing on the balcony, smiling brightly in the golden afternoon sun. In her hands, a red kite soared and danced in the sky. "Look, Anna. Higher. Let it fly higher." Her mother's voice echoed in memory. Now, that memory was the most precious thing left. The porcelain doll in her arms was her sacred keepsake. One night, in the dim shelter, Anna whispered, "Luca, do you remember the kites? In the square, before the war?" Luca nodded softly. A light flickered in his eyes, then faded away. For them, the memory of flying kites, their laughter beneath a clear sky, was more precious than anything else that remained. One day, they decided they had to fly a kite again. Even if only once. Even amidst rubble and ashes. Luca once had an older brother. It was his brother who taught him how to tie a kite string, how to make it soar without breaking. But then, in the chaos of war, his brother was gone. From that day, Luca grew quiet, withdrawn. To others, he seemed older than his years. But deep inside, Luca was still a child, longing for the warmth of family. Perhaps, it was the memory of his brother that made Luca determined to become a shield. A shield for Anna. The next day, Luca wandered through the wreckage of fallen houses. He found scraps of torn cloth, broken sticks. With trembling hands, Anna pulled the string from her old doll, tying everything together. And so, a kite was born. Crooked, patched, fragile. But in their eyes, it was the most beautiful kite in the world. Then came a rare quiet morning. No sirens. No roaring echoes of war. Anna and Luca ran into an open lot. where weeds grew among shattered bricks. "Look, Luca. It's flying," Anna shouted. The kite wavered in the wind, then slowly stretched upward, glowing in the sunlight. In that moment, their fears disappeared. Only two small souls, and a kite. Peace sometimes comes from the simplest of things. But peace never lasts long. The sirens screamed. The sky thundered with chaos once more. The kite was swept by the wind, falling toward a pile of rubble. "No. Our kite!" Anna cried out. She ran toward it. "Anna! Stop! It's too dangerous!" Luca shouted. But he ran after her too. Because he knew, he could not let Anna be alone. The planes roared. Shadows swept across the earth. The ground shook. The two children clung tightly to each other, waiting. In that fragile moment, they held hands, as if holding on to life itself. And then, the storm passed. The dust slowly settled. Anna held the torn kite tightly in her arms. Her eyes filled with tears. Luca, breathing heavily, gave a faint smile. "It's still here. And so are we." The sun rose behind the shattered buildings. Golden light pierced through the gray sky. Anna and Luca sat upon the rubble, silent, lifting their eyes to the vast blue sky above. That kite, though tattered and broken, soared once again in their hearts. Like hope, like peace, that two young souls clung to, amidst the chaos. Because peace is not only the absence of war. Peace is the belief that one day, the sky will hold only kites, and no more shadows. But in the darkest days of history, millions of children dreamed the same dream. To look up, just once, and see a kite in the sky. And perhaps, within each of us, there is still such a child. A child who longs to lift their eyes, and see a clear, blue sky.